Jealousy is the fear that you're losing something, someone to someone else. And evolutionarily, it would benefit us by driving one to try and take it back. Whether it be a partner, a social standing in the group, etc. Typically, it's associated with losing a partner, and that's where the biggest benefit would come from. If Kronk steals my girlfriend, and my jealousy prompts me to smash his face with a rock and take her back, I win and reproduce. If I don't feel jealousy, I lose and do nothing about losing my partner. As for getting over it, all you can really do is evaluate your own shortcomings and rationalize. Perhaps your jealousy is unwarranted, and you have control issues that you should address. If someone left you, ask yourself if it's something you did wrong, or if it's simply something that they need that you can't possibly provide them. If it's something you did wrong, you can improve yourself, like not being so negative, or learning when to give someone space, etc. If it's something you couldn't provide them, you learn more about what kind of person would make a more ideal person. For instance, if they are looking for someone to travel the world with and you're a homebody, that could be a pretty bad match. And you should look for other homebodies to associate with. Either way, jealousy is almost always a sign that it's time for you to reevaluate yourself and your priorities. Once you get situated to a place where you feel like you're in control of your life again, that should alleviate the jealousy you feel. Jealousy is similar to envy because it focuses your attention on your desire for a targeted thing. Be careful when talking about jealousy and envy, as they are not the same. Envy is focused on the master of the desired object, and jealousy is more focused on the object. So how do we deal with that? A short and quick answer is to give the beast what it wants. Okay, onto my interpretation. Jealousy is a useful psychological cue to keep you focused on your goal. Carrot. Ignoring that you can't obtain what you want, like most things in life. Jealousy is a hurtful feeling because societal influence has taught us that envy is a negative emotion which causes conflicting emotions, which makes us feel guilty. Awful. Other people have identified other great envy strategies, but I will try a more generalist approach. If you can understand the cause of your envy, you will be better equipped to quench the desires of your brain to better itself. Do you want a fancy car, or is what you want the adrenaline from driving it, or the power and status associated with the car? Bungee jumping is a lot cheaper than an occasional driver of a luxury sports car. Yes, life is complicated than that, but it is a way you can overcome your jealousy. If you are focused on an ex, then another loving relationship is the answer. Some of the biology behind jealousy, as I've understood it, not an expert. As a man, you would want to make sure the child you're bringing up is your own. So you're actually benefiting your own genes and not somebody else's. Thus, you want to prevent your partner from mating with somebody else. As a woman, you of course do not have the similar problem of identifying the offspring as yours. But since the female has to invest so much more in reproduction, the contribution of the male is desired and required. Thus, you want to prevent your partner from mating with another female, since that very likely reduces his contribution to your offspring. This is of course very simplified, and jealousy is a much more complicated issue as a whole. And other people have put in words in this thread already. Overcoming jealousy varies a little bit depending on if you just want to deal with paranoid jealousy in a monogamous relationship, or if you're trying out an open or a polyamorous relationship and need to deal with your partner actually being intimate with others. For both, the keywords are still trust and confidence. If your relationship is healthy, and you can actually trust your partner to be honest with you, the jealousy issues are most likely caused by insecurity and low self-esteem and should be dealt with as such. So try to avoid repeatedly accusing and interrogating your partner when there is no evidence, because this can be very hurtful to the relationship. Communicate about your feelings honestly and calmly so you can maybe try and find solutions together. Jealousy comes from a perceived idea of a possible loss of love. Since everyone seeks love in their life, the idea of losing love generates negative emotions. Jealousy, it manifests into retaliatory behavior many times, as well as creating a new negative emotion called hatred. All these are connected to a loss of love as the core reason, whether it's from a material object or person.